Hey guys, it's JJ, and I'm running with the guild No Sleep. You can find their link in the description of how to join their Discord. And I just want to say we started out this dungeon running with about 19 people, and there's a few different strats that they've done. One of the things that's kind of fun is you can jump over this fence. It kind of reminds me of DQ when you can jump through the different doors. And so you can kind of get yourself a little bit ahead on this map right here on the bridge by jumping over the fence. You just go backwards and then kind of spam the jump. And sometimes you have to get at the perfect angle, but it's kind of fun to do. So that is something new for this dungeon. And then of course you start it, and it's just the basic thing right now. Go down the bridge, you kill the mobs. They're fairly simple in this, you don't really need an aggro. You just kind of all go. And then what you want to do is you want to group together at the front of this door. I know we kind of didn't do it here, but it makes it a little bit faster when you can all run in at the same time, and so everybody's caught up. And then you'll just want to attack the boss and avoid these circles on the ground. When the diamonds show up, you want to go to the nearest diamond that is closest to the group. It might be slightly farther away, but it is best if it's the closest one where everybody is. That way you can hit it faster and quicker to get it done before that attack kills everybody. And so if you have a large group like this, you want to have 2.1k HP. About 2.16 is a good one. With smaller groups, you can go glass because you can be able to hit it, but your healer can be able to heal you after the boss hits you, but you do need to have that HP up to 2.1 or else everybody will die with the larger groups. And then you just move on to the next section. Always make sure you attack the shaman first because they will heal the rest of the mobs. And then this is a fun part here too, is you just go down the slide. Whee! Super exciting and fun. But then when you get to the bottom, you want to make sure you go right to get the shaman in the back. And once you have gotten the shaman on the back right, then you want to move over to the left shaman to kill that one, so it doesn't heal the rest of the mobs. And once both shaman are dead, then you just want to group all of the mobs together. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit, and then you can kill it a little bit faster. Then you move on to the next room, and it's the same thing. If I haven't said it before, you hit the shaman on the first one, and if you can all hit it once to one cycle, then move straight on to the next one. If not, just do 2 cycle and then move on to the next one. But try to do that as fast as you can, and just leave those 2 mobs, the mage in the back. They will slowly come down, and if nobody is around them to touch them, and so then you just kill them off at the end after you've taken care of the mobs at the back. And then of course you just kind of move around the same thing. You kill the shaman, and then you just circle around to kill that. But here's the second boss. It has the same line pattern every single time. It's not going to change, it's just going to be the same, so you just kind of avoid the lines by moving back and forth. And then you go to the shape and hide behind the wall, make sure you get a couple hits in. And then this mechanic has changed almost every day. First day it was going left, and then it was going right, and now it goes left and right. And so just kind of watch for that to change, possibly. I'm not sure if it would change from day to day, or if it just changes every once in a while, or I just don't know. So just watch for that change and make sure you're behind the wall. And then if it's down to just a little bit, just stay there with everybody and just keep hitting it. It saves a lot of time. And then you move on to the next room, and of course the same strat as before. You hit the shaman, and then you go to the next shaman. And then you start to go down towards the end to the mob set right before the final boss. What you can do is you can have the aggro run straight through the middle, and it will pick up all of the warriors, and then you can attack the shaman in the middle there. And then once the shaman are done, then you can group the mobs up again. Just gonna speed through this and just basically try to avoid things. It's nice to have 2 healers for a large group like this. If you have a smaller group, it's just 1 healer. And then you go up towards the final boss. And you know what? Those healers are awesome. And one of the faster things at the end, you have the skull here, which usually the person who has the skull above their head has to kill that skull, or else they take the damage. and it hits everybody. But when you have a healer and this amount of health, it is a lot easier because you don't have to go back and take that time to kill the skull. Everybody can just focus on the final boss, and the healer just heals everybody. And so this takes off a little bit of time so that you can speed up the dungeon and not actually have to worry about hitting that skull. But you do need to make sure that you go into the green sections and stay in the middle so that when the walls close, that you are not pushed onto any lines. So here we are just kind of finishing up the boss, and that is the different kind of strats and things that we have. And of course, I get amazing loot. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you next time.